As young children, we all learned to connect the dots with a pencil, a sheet of paper, and faith in the fact that no matter how scattered the dots appeared then, they would eventually form a unique and identifiable image. Cheerfully and thoughtlessly, we dragged the sharpened tips of our number 2 pencils from dot to dot, from number to number, and with each new line, the image slowly came into focus. Finally, we drew the last connection and took a step back, admiring the picture produced by our diligent work.
The first thing that we have to remember about connecting the dots is that very rarely can we look at a sheet filled with a mess of dots and numbers and determine what the final image may be. For example, if you looked at chubby little Spencer in kindergarten, you would have probably guessed that he would grow up to be a 300-pound center on the varsity football team. And actually, you would be partially right. He's just a little bit lighter than 300 pounds.
And if you looked at cute, dopey little Kelsey in kindergarten, who did not even know how to read, you would have never guessed that she would be up here giving this speech today. Just playing. Looking at our class as a whole, no one would have thought that the same group of kids who catapulted keys to the ceiling of the Student Center and who were almost disqualified from lip sync 2 years in a row would grow to become national merit finalists, gold medal artists, all-stars in everything from sports to academics, and least of all, Kodama masters.
But again, no one knew what the future held when we all first entered Iolani. It was up to each and every one of us to create our own journey, connecting dot after dot, living life one memorable experience at a time. While our final images may be different, we have many dots, many experiences that we have cherished together as a class.
There were frightening times, like when some police officers showed up to our kindergarten classroom because some genius in our class thought it would be funny to call 911 from the auto line payphone. And yes, don't worry, he is in fact graduating with us today.
And in the upper school, it was the daily fear shared by all of those brave young women who tested the administration's patience, showing up to school wearing trendy but questionably out-of-dress code outfits, and who struggled to avoid Mr. Teskey and Mr. Martin like the plague, often taking the extra few minutes to walk the long route to class. It was a good game, but I think we won.
And then, for the guys, there's the most frightening and stressful event of them all, the winter ball or prom proposal. At one point or another, we all questioned whether or not we were good enough to be accepted. We worked hard, we were good guys, but was it enough? As the clock ticked slowly, the time for proposing crept closer and closer, our nights became shorter and stress piled high. Finally, the time came to pop the question with a flower clenched in our sweaty palms. After we asked, it was over. The matter was completely out of our hands and there was nothing we could do but anxiously await the response. Sometimes the answer was a resounding
yes.
Sometimes a hesitant.
Okay.
Sometimes a downright
no.
And sometimes a no in the expanded form of
can we talk about this later?
Or even, in my case, the awkward
I have a date already.
Hold on, let me explain. When one of my friends tried to play matchmaker a few years ago, things went horribly wrong. I mean, asking the wrong girl horribly wrong.
Oh no.
Only a few minutes after my embarrassing 10th grade winter ball mix-up, I quickly realized how similar the names Kelsey and Casey sound. But thankfully, we can all laugh about it. Anyway, congratulations to all of you guys. We did it. We made it through all of those proposals, and we are stronger, more confident men because of them.
There is one very frightening proposal that we all have had to endure, both girls and guys. And that is the proposal to the college of our choice. This one is really tough, because in all cases, when we submitted our proposal, will you please accept me? We knew the answer every single time. Let me get back to you. In 4 months. Oh man. Those painful seconds now became painful months of waiting, worrying, and wondering. Am I smart enough? Did I study hard enough? Did I complete enough hours of community service? But was it enough? Slowly but surely, late March arrived. Again, the answer was sometimes a resounding yes,
Accepted.
an indecisive maybe,
Waitlisted.
or a heartbreaking no.
You know.
In which case, you could take comfort in the fact that you also proposed to all of those backup dates.
And of course, there were those times we shared, which served to strengthen those mystic strands within our class and unite us as one team. All of our plays in lower school that the sons and daughters will remember, like Families Are Forever and Surfing God's Word, taught us lifelong values like respect and loyalty, and also proved that 90% of our class should avoid careers in acting.
As the years passed and more students joined our 2014 family, we connected the final dot of lower school to the first dot of upper school. Who can forget those awesome middle school dances, especially the famous
Insane in the membrane because it's time in the crazy box. Yes, those were the days. When the music started playing before sunset and everyone crowded around the first couple to start dancing in a flurry of excitement, with our high-pitched, prepubescent and cameras out ready to capture that special moment. Sitting here today, we really can't help but wonder, what were we thinking?
As we grew together and cherished more and more of our time as a class, we arrived at the final stage, the boss level, the coup de grace, the last set of dots in our personal images, our senior year. Battling with senioritis only worsened by the presence of those lovely red gaming devices we officially call iPads. We journeyed through the numerous ups and downs of our last year at Iolani. We were so fortunate to be able to experience the closeness of the brand new senior bench area and to benefit from the outstanding facilities of the newly built Sullivan Center for Innovation and Leadership.
Oh, and who could forget Matt Callahan's famous performance of the haka at senior camp, which, by the way, thanks to the Iolani Fair, only costs $20 per student.
Yes, of course, with the eye of the tiger and a tribal tattoo skillfully sharpied onto his gleaming white skin. He provided our class with the most memorable performance of a Maori war dance that we will still laugh about 20 years from now.
And by the way, make sure you check out a picture of that performance on page 47 of the yearbook.
Throughout the years, we have shared so many smiles and so many laughs together that no matter how long we've been at this school, everyone loves and cares for one another like family. While those shared experiences will surely be cherished, it is our unique dots, our individual, personal events that have occurred throughout our Iolani careers that define us and set us apart from our peers.
Some of us have experienced the indescribable joy of celebrating with our athletic team after winning a championship. Several of us have delighted in the thrill of performing on stage in musical, orchestra, choir, or band performances.
A number of us have tried and have been successful at bringing life to raw materials like clay and wood, and many have experienced academic success in the classroom,
as well as in speech and debate, math team, economics challenge, and science Olympiad competitions. And the list goes on.
Oh, and don't forget about the wonderfully creative Sullivan Center elevator designs developed by the Iolani hackers.
Yes, of course. We have definitely found our passions and have seized the many wonderful opportunities at this school. Those experiences have helped us to create the distinct images of the many accomplished individuals we are today.
And now, we're about to connect the last dot to all the others, graduation. We have each completed our image representing our time at this school.
As we head off to college and into the real world, we will continue to grow and learn, connecting new dots to our ever-changing pictures. Let us be risk-takers and adventurers, unafraid of coloring outside the lines every now and then.
Let us embrace life and enjoy every second of it, because when it is all said and done, the pattern only becomes clear looking back. Until we meet again, Spencer and I cannot wait to see everyone's unique pictures and to hear the incredible stories behind them. Just imagine how layered and colorful our pictures will be in 10, 20, or 50 years from now, when we reunite for the graduation of the class of 2064. Let us cherish this moment and marvel at our masterpieces thus far. Here we stand, the the class of 2014, ready to share our 232 unique pictures with the world.
Congratulations, we did it.